What is up, everybody? Hello, hello. Ugh. Oh, my chair doesn't want to move. How's everybody doing today? My name is Mike Thompson. I came to chew bubblegum and sculpt stuff, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So what's going on? What's up? This is not what I'm working on my screen. There you go. All right, cool. So, let's see. Hey, guys. If you're in here, give me a shout. Say hello. Let me know that you're in here. You might notice something a little different about my layout today. Stylist League. What's up, MJ? So I added this thing that I got last week, and I tried to talk about it on What's Good in the Stylist League stream last week. It is called the iPivo camera. So if I were to switch to full screen and then switch to this screen, you can see now that, well, you're supposed to be able to see. Wait a second. That's not right. Why is it not doing the thing? On a second. Main screen. All right. So I think it's acting crazy again. Let me see. Oh. iPivo. And okay. And there you go. All right, cool. So yeah, if I were to go to my full screen of this thing, you can see that now you can see me sculpting right on the screen, which is kind of dope. What's up, TL? So the only thing about this is that because I'm recording a screen, it's bright. Like it's pretty bright here. So I'd have to turn my light down, which if I do, looks really good on the full screen. My screen's a little bit dark, but you know what? I can live with that, right? So that's a full screen. That's the new camera. And what's kind of fresh is that I can use this to show you guys what I'm working with as far as reference is concerned, you know? So it's dope. Anyway, that is that. What's up, Sammy? Sammy's a good dude. Talked to Sammy yesterday. All right, so let's get into this. I found some more reference for my Cyclops, some faces and whatnot. I'm gonna get his face squared away today, and also do some cut lines on his suit, and get this thing ready to go, because I'm starting to kind of flounder on there a little bit. Let's go over here. So between shows, I made this new head, which I like better than my old one. My old head sculpt, not my actual head. I don't have a problem with my actual head. Over here to light, and let's light it up a little bit more. There you go. Cool, so that's it. Specky Nation. Reverting, what's up? From France. I know I butchered it. Salmon, what is going on? Mari Cat's in the house. What's going on? All right, so now I'm going to go to my generic Abercrombie looking dudes. I just did a search for like modelly looking dudes with strong jaws. So I want to get this guy looking a little bit better. So let's do that. You can see I don't have a whole lot of face. He's looking like Clint Eastwood now. He's got the scowl on his face. Make my day, punk. Lady at Red Robin. All right. Nice. And Ruts on liver equals raccoon. Okay. Joy to the Four Visor. Nice. Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it's for. So let's see. I want to do some stuff. There's only a little bit of his face that's showing, so I just want to make sure that it looks pretty good. these guys has like a pointy nose, which I thought looked dope on the visor. Just pointy nose. The pointy nose dude is this guy. Yeah, kind of this guy. He's kind of fresh. Ew. Ten of Slug, what's up? What's going on? Hope everybody's enjoying this 1,000,000-degree weather. It went from being nice to being oppressive in like a day. So enjoy, everyone. Summer's here. Now that you can go out, you can melt in the sun. Anybody that knows me knows that I think that the sun is highly overrated. People always talk about how great the sun is. I don't think so. Let's turn this down. So I did a lot since I was in here last time with you guys. I did a Rick and Morty sculpt of Mr. Nimbus on Stylist League. I've been working on my little frame. In addition to Cyclops and work, you know. Been moving. Keeping it moving. I'm not going to talk about it, but Thor was dope. Thor? What the hell am I talking about? Loki was dope this week. Also Thor. You guys aren't up on that Thor. I got the... Only I know about the new... Loki is what I meant to say. Won't spoil it. I don't know who's seen what. Nice, what's up? Tree. Blands. What's up? Jojoba. If you guys aren't already, start the plug off. What time is it? 1:09. If you aren't already, follow the Stylist League. We do a lot of fun stuff, and we have our first guest, which will be coming on as soon as we wrap up our Monster Mash project. Kind of nailed it down yesterday. And then we have our guest after that, which will be joining us. So, special guests coming your way. And he looks like Clint Eastwood. All right, let's turn those goggles on. These guys all look super young too. I don't want them to look too young. So let's get to maybe this dude. He got a teeny tiny mouth. Oh no. Any specific brush that works well on fabric folds? So I use this thing that is kind of, it was an existing brush that I tweaked it with my good friend Brad Grotman, and so like if I had to do folds in fabric, I can just kind of come over here and turn on my, let's get this from behind everything first. Let's put it here. I gotta get my real estate together, you guys. I got stuff everywhere. That down to there, so now you can see the chat. Come over here and close that. And yeah, so if I turn up my lazy mouse and then I you know, now I can do stuff like, oh, there's no resolution on this. Oh, dynamic is on, that's why. It's super low. Yeah, so it looks kind of like this, which is kind of fresh. And it's basically just the standard tool with the standard brush with some settings applied to it. But it's great. It's great for fabric. Anyway, that's that. Caption. Good evening to you. Still early for me. What's up, Google Sat? Here. Right. So this isn't going to be one specific person. It's just basically like a mashup of all these different faces. I was going to go with James Marsden, but I was like, you know what? Nah. I'm not going to do that. He's a better Westworld dude than he was Scott Summers, I think. Oh, let me turn off the second light because it is making it too hard to read these forms. There you go. Center this up a little bit. There you go. What's the Stylist League? Oh my gosh. What isn't the Stylist League? So Stylist League is it's Danny Williams, aka Point Pusher, our friend Bradley, and myself. We have a stream on Fridays. So we're all East Coast, so for us it's Friday evening at 9. We are basically giving ourselves deadlines to work on just projects that we pick out, so like fun stuff. The first one Danny did it was like 80s cartoons, right? So Danny did Skeletor, I did Lion-O. The next one was video games, classic video games, so we did those characters, and the ones we're working on now is like monster mashup guys. So I'm working on a mashup between Frankenstein and Lil Wayne called Lil Frame. I've been posting them on Facebook. So if you're wondering what is that, that's what that's from. But you can join us on Friday nights. You can subscribe to our YouTube, which is just youtube.com/Stylist League, and it's basically like a hangout. You can come in there and work at the same time we're working, and it's just kind of like-minded people sculpting and chopping it up about whatever's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? Happy trails. Yeah, totally. What's with that cursor? Yeah, so it's not just me. For whatever reason, it's an OBS thing that makes it look like a barcode. I've tried to fix it. I can't fix it. Just don't worry about the cursor. Does look weird though. All right, he's got a weak chin. All right. Wait a minute. His chin's a little weak. All right. Take it easy. Take it easy, Wicked. Beef up that chin for you. By the way, Mike, find out why the cursor looks like a weird unscale. It has to do with how you set up your OBS settings. You tell OBS to broadcast your whole screen, then you get rid of the cursor. What do you mean the whole screen? That's what I'm doing. I want to fix this right now. File settings. Output. Where's the setting? Tell me where the setting is, MJ, and I'll fix it right now. Thanks, Blans. What's up, Sword Deep? You and the family. Me and the family are well. I hope yours are well as also. Very nice, very nice. Everybody's doing fine, man. Thank you. Tell OBS to show ZBrush as a window only, then it goes away. All right, let's try that. Oh, okay. All right, let me try that. Cancel. You guys bear with me for a second. Add window capture. Call it ZBrush. Scale is wrong. That's not good. Scale is crazy. Let's see if I can fix this. Properties. Method. Oh, there it is. Okay. My cursor working now? Let's see. Oh, Bland's for the win. Thank you. Gotta work. So I'm going to turn off the other one. The other one is my Cintiq screen. Turn that off. Drop this down. Nice. My man's Bland's. All right. Was it Bland's? Who just told me to do that? MJ. My man, MJ. Sorry, Bland. You just got demoted. Is that all right? Thought it was a trick. Big alpha male chin. More Jim Carrey. All right. Good vibes. What up, Rushlin? Tell me about digital art. Oh man, it's a big topic there. Be cool. Tristan, I'm doing well. How you doing? Markio was Markio. drag it out and place on the web tab. What's up? All right, cool. Blends got promoted and immediately demoted. What's up, Oric? Oh, nice. Shane was the one that figured it out. Awesome. Better man than me. I would have taken full credit. All right, so it's one of those things where I'll probably tweak it some more later, but I think it's close enough now. All right. So good enough. I've seen some really good statues of Cyclops, XM, has one done by, I had to write his name down because I was like, oh, Raphael Mustaine. This is probably the best that I've seen. It's definitely one of the best I've seen. Very dope, very dope. So I'm gonna keep the like the swimmer's cap on mine, just because, you know, there are a lot of awesome Cyclopses, and I don't want it to look like I'm just ripping them off. Also, I'm also ripping them off. All right. Also found some really good reference of like tech workout gear. So I will be using that as reference as well for my dudes. My guy. Let's see. What did he look like before? I take this one, solo it, go to the face maybe. Solo it. Let's save it as. Save as head whip. 3. Head whip. Not gonna work, so I gotta do a layer. Layer, bake, create, T. All right, let's open the old one. Load tool 2. Cut off the color. Kind of like this one. Let's see. Tristan's going into my today. How are you changing the brushes? Just over on my side icons here, my UI. Yep. Jeffrey says, Beetlejuice, that version of Cyclops more like the comics, first generation. Yeah, totally. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the party, ML Creative. Can't even. Don't say it. Don't you start that stuff, ML. Don't you start it. Nope, that's one. And that is the only one you're going to get from me. You save that for Bradley. All right. Let's clear these. Merge them all. Merge, yes. Stop here. Layer. Yes. And clear. Frame. So here's my original. And let's do a bake and create. And then I want to look at the new one and see if I can get a little better. So let me do this one. Because I don't like what I did with the jaw very much. Also, let's get to the reference. Probably because his mouth is a little bigger, it looks weird. His cheeks are a little too hollow also. Thanks, Tristan. The playlist is just some songs that I found on YouTube's DRM free music list. So that's what that is. Nope, not doing that, MJ. That's funny. He looks skinny. In the face? Let's see. Chin on the left one, fat. Chin of the left one and the fat of the right one. Let's see. What? You might be right. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. There's going to be a lot of back and forth to get this face. Just saying. I'm not going to waste our time. I don't like this face at all, actually. I'm going to go back to my original face. So I'm going to save this as 3. Save. Yes. I should have done a... oh, you know what I can do, actually? Let's do this. Going to go to this one. No, this one. History save, come over here and just project it. All right, and then I can just kind of tweak it a little bit. Because I think I was not far off. I'm over here trying to completely do his face. I don't want to do all that. Get that jaw a little thicker and I'll be good to go. Okay, so that I think is good enough for now. What I want to do is get his head onto the hero body. I wasn't sure if I was going to open his mouth. That's why I didn't really go too hard on the crease here. Still not sure. Oh, and I did want to add the little divot thing in his nose. Try this guy's nose out. Good enough. So this will be his head, and now I'm gonna hop over to that other body and see if I can't get these things Frankenstein back together again. He has like an odd twist on his neck on the body, so that is gonna be that's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna have to finesse it. Let's just merge these. Merge. Yes. Layer. Clear. Let's get out of the way. Let's see what I miss. Jimmy said, hey. Gaming said, love it. Nice, thank you. Looking really good. Keep doing good work. One question: when I make a character, I don't know what is the best way to separate the parts of the body into different subtools. You can just select and hide your parts, and then split hidden is the way I do it. You just got to make sure you're on the lowest subdivision level in order for that to happen. That's the body accessories, the Cyclops. Hi, thank you so much. What's up, Daniel? Daniel G. How to do the panel lines, thanks. Oh, so for those, I'll be doing some of that stuff on the body today, but basically for those, I made separate subtools, or sorry, separate poly groups rather. And then I re-topologized, and it's easier just to show you. I'll just show you. All right, I'll do it on the other one. Actually, you know what? We can do it on the mouth. Let's do it on that part because I need it to be separated. So let's do this. So I've just gone and masked only the like the muzzle part of him there, and if I were to, I actually want that a little bit, you know what, let's do it. All right, so I want to expand that, so what I'm going to do is isolate it, all right, hide that subtool and hit grow, and hide this part. There you go. That's what I want. That's perfect. All right, so now that I have this separated, and the reason the topology is clean like this is because when I made those groups, I was keeping in mind the edge flow, and I kind of smoothed it and topologized it so that it ran with the edge flow. All right, so what I could do now is let's see, I don't have any subdivisions on here. So really what I could do is I could just grab this whole thing, and I could save it first. Save, yes. All right. So what I could do is I could give this whole thing thickness, but then I'm adding a whole lot of topology that I really don't need. I don't need those inside faces or anything like that. So instead, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mask this, bring back the purple part, and actually, let's, hold up. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. All right, there's a clean loop that goes all the way around this mouth. So what I'm going to do first is I will add another loop with my ZModeler. Just insert a loop here. Then I'm going to poly group this by poly loop, so it's a separate loop. Okay, now I'm going to grab just the purple, mask it, and I want to smooth. I'll polish by features, polish by groups. Actually, Let's open up the circle here and then do it. All right, there you go. Now, what I'm going to do before that actually is I will do a history save state. Then I'll do it again. All right, and let's do this. See if I can soften that mask. Polish by groups. And now I want to project back the details. Right? No, not the details on that. Sorry. The details on everything else. Project history. See if I can get that loop to work. All right, I was trying to get the blue to come in a little more, but it's okay. I'll just manually move it. I was doing this for these Air Force Ones that I was doing earlier. Not Air Force. These Nikes I was working on for my my little frame. So just want to get these loops right, because then I can do whatever I want. I can add all kinds of piping and, you know, follow the contour, and it's way easier. It stays super clean actually. All right, so once I like this, I'll just take the extrude and push all my poly groups, or push this poly group in rather, like that. So now I have thickness. It's not exactly right down at the bottom, but it's close. So what I can do now is I can mask that part again, use my move tool, and just kind of fix the areas that aren't exactly the way I want. This. This would probably end up being a print for me. So, oh, let me show you what I got behind me. Almost forgot. So if I switch to the full screen here and I move this way, I got the Wash and Cure Plus the other day. So I haven't used any of this yet, by the way. So I have a brand new Wash and Cure 2.0 that I'll be selling. I wanted the bigger one, so I got it, and it's fresh. I will be using all that stuff soon, actually, probably this weekend. All right, so that's cool. Now I can come in and just kind of add a holding line, go back and hit dynamic, sub D, turn on my face, and see now I have a nice kind of a edge to it, like a thickness that I can grab my move tool and bring that up a little if I want. Oh, why is it doing that? Okay, I can also extrude this blue part out a little bit, and then I'll have a little bit of a lip to it, which is going to look better in the print. So I'll turn off dynamic. I want to even it out a little bit more, so maybe let's do this. I'll just go to my edge and hit slide edge, just one edge at a time, and I can kind of get this a little more even. That, and now I can extrude the blue edge and see what that looks like. Give it a little thickness. Maybe give it another holding line. Let's try it. I don't want to crease it. I just want to add a holding edge here and then hit dynamic. Right. So now it has a little bit of a, you know, a bevel to it. Not bevel, but you know, like a thing. I can't talk today. I always say you didn't come here for talking, so if you did, you came to the wrong place. You came for sculpting stuff, not words. All right, so that's all right. And then I could even select this and do a little bit of a inflate to it to get it to look good too, right? But that's fine. Like, I'm not mad at that. That's okay. Let's try inflate with just the inflate brush and see what that looks like. Yeah, so that'll do. All right, I missed a lot of stuff. Pretty print of the Hulk that you made would you be able to sell prints or casts? Do you need a license from Marvel in order to? So, you know, I'm going to make some copies of that and do, you know, just pretty much pay for the materials by, you know, selling a few to my friends. I'm not going to be selling a lot of those, so I'm pretty sure that I would stay out of trouble that way. It's not going to be a mass market thing. I'm not going to sell it to any statue companies or anything like that. But I do have some friends that want it, and I want to help pay for all of that silicone that I bought. So that's what I'm doing. Can you tell us the full procedure how you sculpted the Carnage model? Pratham, I can do you one better. I can give you a link to my anti-venom, which is the process for the Carnage model. So that's the whole deal. You can get it there, and then you can see what I did. How do you keep the reference pics on top of the running app? That is PureRef, P-U-R-R-E-F. P-U-R. Yeah, might even be one word. PureRef. What do you suggest for people starting, want to learn anatomy, the process faster, in your opinion? So books are great. You know, I have a collection of some nice books, right? Like this kind of stuff is pretty awesome. Let me get that out of there. Why do I have that on there? Yeah, so Anatomy for Sculptors is great. Strength Training Anatomy is great. I have a ton of them in addition to these guys, which are fresh. You can see I painted her to make her feel a little more, I love this camera, by the way, to be able to see the muscles. Those are good. I have this big baller anatomy guy. I don't want to move that camera because it's going to be a problem. But anyway, you can see the detail on him is sick. So there's a lot of good tools. There's a lot of good lessons, like classes and stuff, online for free. I have been doing mentoring. Sammy is one of my students. And if you hit me up, like just an Instagram messenger or whatever, I can schedule you in there and we can work on anatomy, whatever you want to work on. But there's a lot of free options too. Wow. Hey, what resin did you buy? I got the Anycubic Eco resin in gray. I got a bunch of it. Amazon had a nice sale during Prime Week. Speak with my polygons, son. I'm like Terminator X. Nobody knows who that is. I'm too old. Am I through the whole suit? Yeah, no, I've totally done that as well. Whole lot of wasted geo. All right, so if I turn back on my live boolean, you can see my goggles are there with little crystally joints. I turned it all back on again. There you go. Ooh, what you know about that, Jordy? All right, so I'm gonna save this. Save. Yes. I'm gonna go back over to the one that has the good body and the busted head. Here is the head. Yikes, what a mess. Maybe I'll just turn off everything but the head. All right, so just the head. Okay. And now I want to bring this over. The thing is, I got a lot of little subtools here, so probably, let's see how I want to do this. I'm going to apply this boolean to the visor. I'm going to get my visor straightened out first. How about that? This. I want to split my parts. So everything I do for hard surfacey stuff and even organic base meshes are going to be done with ZModeler. So if I was to, I want to show you this shoe because it's kind of cool. So my little frame, the shoe, everything is all dynamic subdivisions, and if I turn them off, you can see everything. It started as a cube, as just a Q cube, and I went in and added subdivisions to it and all that good stuff. So if I turn all this off, there you go, right? And those have dynamic subviews too. Let's turn these on. And then the holes are done with booleans. So this is the process that I do for everything pretty much. And I'm gonna keep doing it with the Cyclops. Fancy. Okay, 3D printing your own work. So I'm guessing that's own work. Speak. Thanks, Sonny. All right, come over here. Wait, this is the right one. Where's the right one? I want to split the little earphone things, so split hidden. Okay, turn back on dynamic. This one I want to turn on dynamic. I have my knockout piece. No, not that one. My knockout piece here. And then I'll add I'm not going to boolean in the little crystals, but I do want to, I do want to boolean this all together. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Cool. Do boolean. Turn on dynamic subdivisions. You want to have that on, or else it's going to look like it's just blocks, like all blocky and everything. And hit base dynamic subdivisions. Wilfred Gitt says, hi, help me with some tips to improve my sculpts. I'm a beginner. What you need to know, Wilfred? Greetings from Ukraine. I'm fine. How are you? Benit Core. Fine. Hey, what's up, man? Chris, I never freeze. What's up, dude? Okay, so this is the Boolean piece, right? So if we turn on the poly group, you can see now that this is all kind of Boolean together. Now I'm going to try, let's see what I want to try here. I'm trying to think of things that I would want to keep separate. So I want to keep that part separate. I want to keep this dial part separate, the whole thing. And everything else can maybe stay the same group. Yeah, all right, so I'll group this and I'll turn this on. All right, I'm going to duplicate this. This is the kind of thing, like I was just cutting and keying a piece for Sideshow the other day, and I had to do a whole lot of like booleaning and kind of meshing and stuff like that. So this is the process that I use. There's a million ways to do it. Not saying mine is the best. This is just kind of what I do. Let's see what happens with Z-Remesher. First thing I'm going to do is do a history save state so I can project back my details. Detect edges, keep groups. Polygon count, maybe, I don't want to split groups too much either. Maybe 10. Try. And cross fingers. Sometimes, I was talking to someone about this the other day, sometimes Z-Remesher is like right out of the box is amazing. Sometimes you got to mess with a little bit, and then there's days when it just doesn't really want to work with you. Probably user error on my part, but I have gotten some really, really good results. Sculpting a character in pose better starting a T-pose right away. So you'll notice that my Frankenstein guy is in a relaxed pose. Error. Okay, that's probably, there's probably some penetrating meshes in here I got to get rid of. I didn't think about that. It's really a preference thing. I like to get to the pose as soon as possible because it maybe see something. Hold on one second here. Let's see. Double. Looks fine. All right. So I'll just do a mesh geometry fix mesh and see if that does it. I probably had some meshes that shared edges in there somewhere. But yeah, it's a preference thing. I have a lot of friends who love to sculpt in a pose or a relaxed pose first, and then add a rig to it and then pose it. I'm looking at you, Tony Gore and Brad Grotman. But I like to break symmetry because the pose helps me get excited about the sculpt. All right, let's try this again. Mesh. Same settings. Secret mesh. Let me know if you guys like the idea of seeing the screen like as I'm sculpting. I always love looking at people actually on their screen, and you get to see what my rig is, right? Like this is a 32 Pro, a Cintiq 32 Pro, so this is what I use. People ask me all the time. All right, Heroes Bench. Stylist League! Thanks, man. Chris, not much, just hanging out. Started using rigs. Okay, okay. All right. Yes, little by little we are defending ourselves against the Russian. Okay. When is he not? Nice. All right. ML is that's Bradley. He's on the league too. I don't think that worked. I think I got another error. So this is what I'm probably gonna have to do. This is what I'm thinking. Sometimes I need to Dynamesh, and then I do it. I do the Z remesh. So I'm gonna Dynamesh this. Hopefully I keep all my details. Turn off, hit project. I'm not gonna keep my groups because that'll separate them. But let's see what happens here. Yeah, that's not good. All right, so let me up my resolution. I want it to be crisp. Let's do it again, see what happens. Keep breaking the rig. It took time to learn to rig in Blender. Yeah, that's probably the way to go, though. Nice. 100 messages. All right, good night, everybody. See you later. Ooh, that is clean. Ooh, look at that. That's clean, baby. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take this. I love looking at, okay, the edge. That penetrates the model anyway, so I don't really care. I just want to make sure all the holes are closed here. That was probably an area that was too thin, and that's fine. All right, so what I can even do on that part is I can go to my Sculptors Pro and probably clean that up before I do the, before I do the Z remesh. So it's okay if this, symmetry turn on? Okay. So it's okay if I mess the inside of this up because nobody's gonna see it. Just wanna get rid of all these thin areas that are gonna be a problem. This is Sculptors Pro. This is a dense model. After I did the Dynamesh, it jumped up to 2.5 million polys. So being able to hide the mesh and then use Sculptors Pro is great because it probably would have told me that it was too dense for me to do what I had to do. Let's go here. Now, let's see what that other one looked like real quick. Let's see. This is why I make a copy, so I can check my work. Yeah, there's just like a thin loop there, or lip there that I didn't want. All right, so come over here. There are no holes. So now I'm going to take this one, duplicate it again just in case, and I'm going to Z remesh it. Now, probably going to take me a while here, so I'll catch up on the thing. Let's see. Petro, hey. To project my detail back here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I want to do it from this one. This is the one that I cleaned up. So that, come over here, project. Yes. Okay. We divide. I can tell right here it gets ugly. That's probably because of what I did earlier. That's okay. Project, divide, project. There's another poly group there too that made it do a weird thing. So let's step back for a second. Yeah, okay. Sometimes when you do a Boolean, it makes like these kind of rogue polygroups. So let me just group these again. And in fact, I want to project that edge back. I just want to see what happens. Maybe I can keep a cleaner edge here, or a cleaner, like project history, see what happens. Inside's a little dirty, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, that's going to be hidden in the model. But this part over here is what I want to maintain a nice clean edge, because I want to try to I want it to follow that topology in the remesh. So now I'll do a ZBrush. I'll start at half maybe this time. I got a little aggressive on that. Shout out to Sideshow and Unruly Industries. Got some swag. Thought I'd wear it today. Ooh, that's nice. Dang, son. That'll do. Man, yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. All right, now let's project the details back. Project history. Yes. Oh man, that is crispy. Okay. I'll do one more subdivision. And now project history. See if I can get it a little even more tight. Let's see. Yeah, it's tight. Okay. So I like that. I'm going to come over to the model and see what it looks like if I smooth the part that goes into the earpiece. Let's see, I want to make sure that smooth is only set. Yeah, turn off RGB. Yeah, this is what I want. So this is how you can get some really like complex forms without, you know, having to be a box modeler. You know, I'm not that guy. So I love being able to do this stuff with ZModeler and booleans and stuff like that. A little bit. And just so you know, my regular teaching schedule with CG Spectrum, I have a few days off, so I wasn't kidding. I am taking on new, I guess, mentees, right? You want to holler at me? Be like Sammy. All right, I'm gonna call these my good goggles. Back over to this. And now I don't need this, and I don't need this. When I'm done, I usually kind of push stuff to the bottom, put it in a not in use folder, because you never know. Like I said, I was working on something the other day where I had to cut and key a whole bunch of pieces, and something didn't go my way. So luckily I kept the pieces and I was able to just do it again. No, not in use. Yeah. Just drop this stuff in here. I'll do this. Oh, this is the old head. And I do need that. Here, little flavor crystals and paste the goggles in here. Uh-oh, did this move? Happen. Oh, I have solo on. Still looks like it's not in the right place though. Oh, I see what's going on. I got that piece down. Boom. This. Now everything is turned on. You turn these all off. Turn that off. There you go. All right. Now we're good. So I have my goggles. I have my cowl piece thing and my face. And so I can copy these over to my main body, which is copy. These are going to be in completely different areas, just so you know. And I'm going to have to manually move stuff where it belongs, because I took it. This is the downside of working out of symmetry. So I don't even know where those goggles are. Let's see. And they're probably sized way wrong. Let's see. Where are they? Yeah, look at them way down there. They got tiny. Okay, so because everything is scaled and shot off into space, I'm going to grab this head here and mask it, and then I'll go to the cowl piece and center up on that subtool. I'm going to check all my little pizza boxes, I like to call them, the transpose all selected subtools, and scale this thing up. Oh, also, let me do posable symmetry. I turn on posable symmetry. Hopefully I can keep it. Let's see. Transform, use posable symmetry. Okay, good. There's that. See if I can do the face. Posable symmetry. Yes. All right. goggles, posable symmetry. I'm killing it. And then the little thing here. I'm probably not going to need it, but why not? All right, posable symmetry, cool. All right, so now if I was to go and move this thing out of symmetry, I can still pose on one side of his face and then the other side is affected as well, which for faces is like, that's the Pro Tool. All right, so now turn back on this head. Uh-oh. Turn off symmetry. There you go. So this is going to look weird until it doesn't, but here's my body. Head's all weird and stuff, but you know, I might have to redo the neck completely. I might have to chop his neck off. I don't know what I'm going to do. Nah, I might be all right. I don't know. But let's make this head a little larger. I will mask the body. Scale up the head. So don't worry about the neck right now. I'm just trying to make it so that his head is in the right place. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. Let's take a look. More from the ZBrush streams than I did in 5 years of college, racking up that debt. That's right. Come on over here and give me some of that money. Oh. Not from YouTube. Skills. Yeah, YouTube has a ton of stuff to learn. When I was learning, I was looking at YouTube, like 100%. YouTube, books, all that. How to get contacts and attract clients from this industry. I would reach out to their Instagrams, Sordeep, and you know, if you do something that's kind of dope, maybe tag them, see if you can catch their attention, that kind of thing. Clicked on some key and my lines on the poly disappeared. Does anybody know how? If you're looking, all right, so if you can turn on the line and the fill for a poly frame, is that what you're talking about? So like if I come over to the body here and step down to the lowest one and then turn on poly frame, I can turn off the line and now I just have the colors, and I can just turn on just the line and now I just have the poly, the lines and not the fill. So you might have accidentally clicked that. Do you know what I'm saying? Tell me, Mike, have you ever worked for video games? I haven't worked for a company, but I have done video game cover art for a couple games back in the Dizzy. I'm gonna give this guy some color. Oh, is he masked still? Yeah, color. better. Now on, no, no. I decided to get rid of the underoos. I don't want to use his underwears, so I'll probably not use those. It's darker than the other. This 100%. Yes. All right, that's better. So his expression is going to need work. I can just tell right off the bat it's looking very blah, you know. Got a quick eye blast thing there. Let's move that. So I'll have I'll print out the part that he's shooting separately, and then I'll just make it so that I could kind of just key it into his visor. Should I turn off the little boxes here? Put this in place. I made this blast with like an early version of the goggles, so that's why it doesn't exactly line up. But that's close enough. Just put this. Get this little robot color while we're at it. I do want to start getting some panel looping in here on his suit. I will more than likely... okay. On the next version of Pixologic, or on the next version of ZBrush rather, Pixologic has to disable lazy mouse on the mask and the mask lasso and the select lasso. I want to be able to turn that on myself. I don't like it enabled. Jump. Just me. This color. Okay, cool. So yeah, I can fix the neck a little later, but right now I want to start figuring out his suit a little bit. A quick render. Wow, that head looks crazy with the neck. Let's do this. That angle not too shabby. What books do you recommend to improve your sculpting skills? Yeah, check out, yeah, I put them on earlier, but I'll show you again. Check out these two. Anatomy for Sculptors by Oldest Zarins, and Strength Training Anatomy by Frederick Delaviere. All right. Check those out. Those are dope. I got this from Amazon. There's also a female strength training anatomy, which is great too. This one I bought online at, this was like a, what was this? Because this used to be a Kickstarter, but just type in anatomy for sculptors and it'll pop right up for you. Okay. I gotta fix that neck. It's driving me crazy. All right, so let's do that. And this is one of those times when I wish I had even less subdivision levels. I might do a Z remesh and get it lower. I think what happens is this neck. Now that'll mess up my my panel loops. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just see what I can do here. So wait a minute. What's happening here? Oh, dynamic subdivision's turned on. Turn that off. Okay, so that works. My mask is not. Okay, so I guess you can sculpt with posable symmetry, but you can't mask with it. I haven't had the most luck with that, just letting you guys know that. I'll probably end up sculpting most of this back out of the body and not actually the neck, but if I get it close enough, then I'm good to go, actually. All right. Pay no attention to the Adam's apple that you see on the screen here. Another reason why I like to keep my subdivisions pretty low. This is higher than I need, actually, but the lower the better. Now, if I had this at, you know, 1,000,000 polygons, this thing would have been, it'd have been a train wreck. I did mess up my my panel loops, or my cut lines here. That's okay because there's no real subdivisions. I can just delete those and remake them after I clean this up. So that's a good thing. I don't know why I had this yellow. It's yellow. So that feels better already. Let's get rid of those loops that I have, and then I can clean up and just kind of make them again. Use my ZModeler and just delete them. Way easier to sculpt these details back now that I kind of have it in place. The whole reason I did this is because, you know, I did break symmetry with the body, which helped me with the body, but the head suffered for it, you know what I mean? So you got to keep those things in mind. That's way better, I think. I just want to add the volume back to the neck muscle. And doing it from the inside is it's easier than doing it from the other side there. So just made both sides visible by hitting double and cleaning that up. Build this all back. I could probably just sculpt it faster than I can move it. I don't really mind that the traps aren't right here because on the body they are a little more right, and then it's just going to tuck in there. I just want it to look like it belongs in the body. I did the same type of thing on my anti-venom sculpt, if you guys check that out. And if not, you can get it on Gumroad. Just saying. Plug, plug, plug. If you haven't already, give Stylist League a follow on, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, and be able to see more sculpting by myself and Danny Point Pusher Williams tomorrow night. Every Friday we do our thing. Same type of vibe, a little more relaxed. It's, you know, late and hopefully the kids are asleep, so don't get crazy or anything in there, but you know, every once in a while we might talk about something a little extra. Now his head feels big to me. Yeah. Yeah, his head's big. All right. Mask that. I'm gonna line this up a little bit before I scale it. Then I want to move his hand so that it's on the little dialy thing. So he's actually blasting. Shooting the optic blast. It's not so bad. All right, cool. Let me save this before I lose it. Not in the wrong folder. Okay. Let's see what I missed here. Mike, you ever thought about paying a local bodybuilder to pose to get reference for them for your reference? Absolutely not. That is where I draw the line. I don't want any live models. I did that in college and it was the most awkward thing ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. Really weird, man. Really weird. Whole lot of people that had no idea about like personal hygiene had no clue about it. No live models. Thank you. Hello there. Good looking pose. Thanks, CRK0. When you have a onesie, you don't need underwear. True that. Thanks, Ethan. Shame in the movies they made Wolverine the main character. I made Cyclops such a weak character. Wait, shame in the movies they made Wolverine the main character. Yeah. So just so you guys know, right, Danny and Bradley kind of submarined me, my idea. I had this idea for the last subject, which is the newest subject on Stylist League, to do this thing called the Spite Sculpt, which I kind of, it's like a kind of an inside thing with my friend Brad and Tony, but essentially it's doing something that you don't like and doing it really well just to spite the person. So I chose Cyclops because I'm not a fan. Like, just so you know, I'm not a fan of his at all. He's too much of a Boy Scout and a snitch, if I'm being honest. So I wanted to do him, and I thought that if I do a really good job on him, then I can do anything. You're brave to wear your watch and you're drawing up. Yeah. So, truth be told, I kind of, I stopped wearing a ring on this hand because I was touching the screen, and the watch not so bad because it's a plastic band. Have you tried mask, mesh, project? Yes, yes, I have. And I haven't had the most luck. I got to get together with like either you know, Michael Pavlovich or Paul or somebody and just brush up on it some more, because I haven't had the most luck. I know it does dope stuff. Are you using a 24 or 32? This is a 32. I used to have a 24 rather, but this is the 32 Pro. Anatomy for sculptors, absolutely. Muscle in motion, yes, that's dope too. Is there much of a delay? No, I don't have a delay on the tablet at all. Okay, what's the matte cap you're using? This is one that it's just the basic one that I tweaked to get some darker shadows and more balanced spec. Cyclops never skips a serratus day. Exactly. Exactly. All right, do you have it? No, totally. Hey, listen, Mr. Andy, definitely not a weird question. You know, probably could get some really good reference that way. I will tell you, when I was in college, my drawing got better having those models. They just really didn't, you know, all smell great. That's all. That's all. And when they're close to you, it's not a good look. How do you manage that? How do you manage the sweat issue on the artist gloves? Oh, they don't sweat. So this is, all right, again, shout out to Sense Labs. I got a Sense Labs tablet, and it's the bigger one, and it comes with everything, and it came with this sweet glove. So I ran through 2 pairs of gloves that I bought online, so this came in right on time. But I have a fan in here too, so that keeps me from sweating. It's worse when my hand is directly on the screen, because the screen gets warm. I will tell you that. Do you have any tips for sculpting the forearm, having trouble in many muscle groups? Yeah, so I always save the forearms for last, and as you can see here, they're not exactly 100%. And when I say that, they're not near 100% right. But the thing about doing these, you know, doing these sculpts is that you just kind of gotta get close enough that people believe it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as your insertion points are pretty good and your muscles are looking the way that they kind of should, nobody's gonna break down the forearm and tear you up too much. There are people on the groups that love to tell you how you're doing it wrong, so 100% there's someone waiting to tell you your forms are wrong. But, you know, don't sweat that, man. The internet is for people to basically to grief you. So it doesn't matter how well you do it, they're gonna find an excuse to say, don't do that. Oh, and for anybody who's just getting into anatomy, let me show you this thing, because it's helpful. I have one of my first sculpts, and it's pretty horrific. Let's see. Yes, this over here. Okay, so this is the last Hulk that I sculpted, and you can see kind of, you know, this is what it looks like now, right? But let me show you what my stuff looked like when I first got into ZBrush. This is what I thought Hulk looked like. And this is not like just starting off, this is me deep in it and thinking I'm killing it. And this is my back, which I was like, yeah, you can't tell me anything, man. This is perfect. I nailed it, 100%. But as you can see, if you keep doing it, you get better, and eventually you can, you know, get closer to this kind of a look, and not be terrible. Don't be afraid to be terrible, you guys. That just means you're progressing when you aren't as bad anymore. That's where people starting. If you've done this for one day, you should be a professional. I don't want to see anybody who isn't. Kidding. All right, let's put this back over here. Before I'm not worried about cut lines for this just now, but I am going to subdivide his headpiece so I can start to get some better detail. I think I found some necks that are turned, like this dude. Another one? Yeah, this dude. This is good. All right. How do you okay, I did that one already. How do you hide parts and wait? How can we hide parts, sculpt, and replace those? Not exactly sure what you mean, but if you're talking about like let's see. Really? Yeah, so if you're talking about like just if I wanted to only work on the arm, you know, I can hide it and keep sculpting. But if you're talking about replacing, so like if my arm was not good, then I could hide the rest of the body, right? Make sure that I have all of the arm kind of separated. So get this a little bit like that. Clone. Right, and then I could go to the lowest subdivision level and split hidden like that, right? So now the arm is its own thing. Say we hated this arm. Now we can come up here and we can close holes, but it's got multiple subdivision levels. So step back up. All right, and I will delete the lower sub D levels, close holes. All right, so this is kind of how I was able to make his leg. You can see I haven't even started sculpting this leg here. It's very mushy, and I just booleaned it back onto the body, right? But that's the same thing that I did. I had like the leg here, cut off at the knee. The lower leg was its own thing, and then I put them back together later on after I fixed it. So you do the same thing for the arm. You know, you could just take this, step up, delete lower, close holes, and then, you know, go in and keep sculpting and fix it. Good thing about this, I don't have any subdivision levels anymore, so I could actually turn on Sculptris Pro and really go in there and make it happen. Because it doesn't have to respect the topology that I already have, so I can go in and sculpt whatever details I want and get them really crispy. So that's how you do that. If that's what you meant. Let's see, any recommendations for a 3D printer? Well, as a matter of fact, I got the Anycubic behind me. I got the Photon Mono X, so if I go to, let's move this here, if I go to my full screen camera, that's what that looks like back there. And it's huge, like it's really big. So, you know, here, I'll show you. Hold on a second. This is the bed cover with the build cover, whatever. Massive. I could wear it on my head. Yeah. Also, I will totally be wearing this on my head. But yeah, that's the Photon Mono X, and next to it is the Wash and Cure Plus. I bought those myself. I'm not endorsed by Anycubic. Unless Anycubic is listening, and then I would love to talk to you about being endorsed by Anycubic. I will sell out to anybody at any time for money, just so you know that. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. All right, what did I miss? 3D printer. Oh man, Cyclops is right. Uncle Jesse's in here. So I picked that up because I watch Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse's a beast. I love his printing. What was the light setup you use in ZBrush? Or is, what does it say? Is just the material magic. Oh, so for my lighting setup, I'm using, I just have like a main light, right? And I have my fill light that I pop on from time to time. And then when I turn on his belts and stuff, it looks like, turn on some color actually. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I do. Right. This is why you don't turn on everything. This is what he started off with. This was the guy. All right, talk about getting out of the valley of the suck. This is what he used to look like. Not good. Color. There you go. Not showing on the screen. Wait, what's not showing? We are not seeing the screen, only the ZBrush window. Wait, can you guys only see the ZBrush window now? Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Full screen camera. Can you guys see this? Let me know. Let's see. All right, is the camera on me now? Yes. All right. So yeah, I got the Anycubic. If that's what you couldn't see before, and that's it in the background with the Wash and Cure Plus. All right. All right. Okay. See, I let myself get behind in the chat. This is not good. Can you show the Hulk again? I'll show real quick. Oh, that's what could. Oh yeah, because I didn't show the desktop. It's set to. Okay, gotcha. I understand. So I'm gonna rewind. Cut this one off. I'll cut this one on. Now I'll show you how I used to suck. For real, for real. It's the this on over here. Okay. So this is what my stuff looks like now. This stuff, right? This is what the Hulk kind of looked like now. This one, right? You guys can see this, I hope. Yeah. And this is what my stuff looked like 6 years ago. This one. Boom. Nailed it. Looks just like Mark Ruffalo. How about that one? So all I'm saying is I've always been great since day one, just so you know that. That is not the case. But you couldn't tell me I wasn't. I thought I was killing it. The trick to being a good artist is knowing that there's always room to improve. So that's all I'll say. All right. That. Back to ZBrush. There you go. All right, now we're back in business. Let's see. My computer type, I have a Ryzen build. It's a 3900X is the GPU. 2080 Ti. I didn't upgrade to the new 3090s or 3080s, whatever. I didn't get that yet. Every time I buy a graphics card, they come out with a new one. So until I can like broker a deal with Nvidia, I think I'm good for now. But 128 gigs of RAM and a bunch of hard drives and water cooled. That's what I have. What is the best computer to buy and work with ZBrush? Great thing about it, abrasive Chinook. That's how you spell that? It all works well with ZBrush, actually. Even like laptops without a baller kind of rig they work well with ZBrush. I don't know why that's doing that. All right, let's see. What are your experiences adding fat to the human body or emotion? Fat movements, some flying down. So I'll go in after, like for him, for example, right, is right now he's very cut. There's not like maybe like 1%, 2% body fat on this guy, but he's very diesel, So what I'd probably do after the fact is go in and add some fatter areas on top of his skin. Get rid of that dehydrated, day of show muscle look. But putting his uniform on him is also going to help with that. If you're working on just somebody that has like a lot of body fat, then there's some good videos of like that body in motion type thing where you have people who don't look like me, who do have extra body fat, and they're doing stuff. I would never film myself doing stuff. I would never put myself out there like that. Not gonna do it. What PBR validation and how? What's PBR validation and how is it used? I don't know. I don't know what that is. PBR validation. If anybody knows what that is, help out Ibrahim. Seth was standard material. Yeah, this is mine. This is just like my. I went in and I did some tweaks to the matte cap for standard, and it looks better. And then if I render it, it looks like really good, right? I just tweaked it a little bit, pushed down the shadows, tightened up the spec, and it really kind of shows off the the transitions a little better. Can you answer me, dude? I don't know. Yeah, all right, I did. I'm behind. How fast are the prints? Hey, Mike, what's up? It's a validation. I don't know what that is, dude. Somebody tell Ibrahim what the validation PBR is. PBR validation. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. All right. How fast she prints using Anycubic. All right. Uncle Jesse's the guy to ask about that. I have not used mine yet. I'm probably going to break it in this weekend with my, what is it? My Iron Fist, I think. I don't want this to, why is it doing this? There we go, turn that off. I think I'm going to start with that. Either that or maybe my Venom head, maybe. Mostly. Okay, let's get his arm back on his, or his fingers back on his head too. So let's step down. As you buy them late. It's great to see you when you start. Thanks, Sammy. Do you sculpt in pose or sculpt? Yeah, so I break symmetry pretty early. Exergen. Pretty early. Great stream, Mike. Thanks, man. Come back for Stylist League if you're still in here. Hey, Mike, how long do you practice a day? So it's funny because I started using ZBrush because I needed reference for my 2D work, right? Like I was doing paintings for movie posters and toys for, you know, G.I. Joe and all that stuff for Hasbro. And so that's the whole reason why I got into ZBrush. But now I use ZBrush more than I paint. So it's actually kind of cool because I really like it. But if you're asking per day, I mean, that's like my 8 hours is pretty much the reg when I'm on when I'm working. I'm sure I'll get back to doing some more illustrations, but this year has been a very sculpt heavy year. Uh-oh. That'll do. So now, just because I can, I think I'm going to get his cowl piece back on the body, and then I can really get that neck sculpted in the way I want. But I'm gonna leave the other, like the mouth piece will be separate, because then I can subdivide it as much as I want to get like skin pores and all the cool little details. All right, cut that off, cut that on, cut this on. All right. What do I use to render? So mostly Keyshot, mostly. But I do want to start rendering in, I do want to do some Arnold stuff. Danny's been showing me how to do some dope Arnold renders. And I wouldn't mind doing some renders in Blender as well, because I like looking at the way Cycles and Eevee do their thing. The real time is fresh. I believe PBR validation is making sure that the albedo values are used in returns in the correct range. Oh my gosh, that's technical. If that's what it is, I would have never been able to answer that. Thank you, CRK. Sensu George. Okay. Okay. Lee Gibbons, what's up? All right. So I'm going to turn on live boolean, and I'm going to put this all back together again, and then let's see, do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. So, 2 Boolean, make Boolean. So I have some texturing XYZ pore sets, I guess, that I've turned into brushes. So that's what I'm going to use for that. All right, here, duplicate. All right, so now this thing is all one mesh. All right, it's kept my groups. Just want to start kind of getting some of these groups together here, and then I'll regroup them. Okay. And the reason that I go through and make these groups this way is because I want to kind of define the center line, and then it makes it a lot easier when I, you know, when I'm sculpting and all that stuff. What do you use for re-topo? You're looking at it. This is what I'm using for re-topo. I mean, if I really needed to go in and, you know, go ham on it, I would probably go into Maya. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not that great at, you know, re-topoing in Maya. Not built for that, I think, is what the kids would say. This is supposed to be. Okay. Oh, man. Double so I can see what I'm doing. There you go. Okay. All right. So, in fact, let's do this. I'm going to that polish by features, polish by groups, polish by groups. Uh-oh, it's like it's gonna storm or something. I hope I don't lose my power while I'm in here with you guys. Okay, that's cool. Now I can take these and make them one group. Oh no. These and make them one group. And this are one group. All right, so now I can re-topologize this guy. Probably, let me get these fingers too real quick. I just want to have clean loops where it deforms. So that's why I'm doing this. Clean enough loops, let's put it that way. If you guys find any of this helpful and you like what you see, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube, which is right above there. It's Mike T Artwork. All my social media is up there if you want to give me a subscribe or follow. And then also subscribe to Stylist League on YouTube. And you can see, you know, Bradley, Danny, and I do our thing on Friday nights, which is basically more of the same, right? We're having fun. It's more of a relaxed atmosphere where I don't have to talk all the time, which is fantastic for me. I like that, you know? And we don't miss any questions because Brad is in there doing the moderating. Super producer Bradley. Tomorrow night we'll be continuing our monster mashup. I'll be working on Lil Frayne, and Danny is going to be working on his Baba Yaga. So, big fun. Why wouldn't you join us? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Well, you're so great, you can't spend Friday nights with us? Is that what you're telling me? Just kidding. I do realize that we're going to have to change nights because people can go outside now, and Friday is not the best night to be doing stuff when people want to do stuff outside. So there is that hand. The other one is kind of done enough. So let's now go and I'm gonna re-topo this guy. One more thing I want to do. Dang. All right, lightning is striking outside, you guys. If you lose me, that's why. Let's kind of center this. Oh, not feeling good about this. Oh man, come on. Close. There you go. All right, cool. Let's do this topo now. Save. Quick save, just in case. You never know. Did I start from a DAZ base mesh? No, not at all. I started from, for this guy, I think I used tool. I'm pretty sure I started from the NYX average, super average guy, or just the NYX average guy. So this guy. In fact, I know I did. So this is what it started off as, and this is where it ended up. Virtually identical, I'd say. Oh, one more thing. I do want to be able to kind of ensure that I have a nice loop around his neck. So I'm going to do this. Wait a minute. I'm going to do this. I want a nice loop there. So I'm going to go slice curve. do something like this. See what happens. Close. Close, but not right. Yeah, perfect. All right, that'll do. So now bring back this piece, and that should ensure that I have a nice straight loop that's kind of going around his neck. So if I have to bend his neck, it's going to be fine. All right, so now let's do geometry. Oh, duplicate this just in case. You never know. Quick save because I keep seeing lightning outside my window. How do you push your sculpts to the next level? Just keep looking at people on ArtStation because they're always doing dope stuff. You know, I'm trying to be like some of those guys. So if you never settle on you know, good enough, then you're generally in a good spot. You'll be okay. Oh, you know what? One last thing. All right, this is good. Just bear with me a second. All right, let's get a loop here. No, not like that. Let's get a loop here. And his abs, just so I can crunch them if I need to. Yeah, and I'm not going to do much more posing beyond this, so that should be fine. Oh, and the arm too. I forgot the arm. Doing that lazy mouse again. Stop doing that. Don't do that. It wasn't broken. Not need to be fixed. W. All right. Now, finally. So delete this one, yes, and duplicate this one. I have solo on. Go to my geometry, turn down my adaptive size, turn up my curve strength. I'm gonna set this to it's about 1,000,000 polygons now. Let's try half, see what happens. How do you texture the green outer cloth of Queen Lisa? Yeah, that is dude. How do you adjust and move the slice line after drawing it out? With the space bar. Space. Okay, so not terrible. Let's see if I can get half of this. First, I'll project the details, just in case. Project. See what happens. Now the fingers might kind of crush in on themselves if it gets much smaller, but they should be okay. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Look at that. See, this is one of those times when ZRemesher just does the thing, you know. That's clean. All of my topology is moving the way I want it to go. I mean, maybe the only I'm not mad at this at all. Actually, this is pretty good, and it's only 55,000 points. So now I can go to project my details. I think it did. And then step up, divide it, project details. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Undo, undo. I don't think I did a save state. I didn't. Okay. It would work better if I actually saved a save state. All right, project history. There you go. Divide, project history. Okay, I can see there's a couple spots that are gonna have to be smooth, but look at this. I mean, I'm only at 200,000 polys or 200,000 points, and it's already kept a lot of the detail. Now this is one of those things, all right? Now this is definitely a problem. I lost a finger over here. If I go back, you see that whole finger got lost. So let me step back. Oops. All right, step back, and let's see when that happened exactly. That's crazy. When did that happen? When I did the Z remesh, right? I sure did. Okay. All right, so I'm going to group this hand too, and maybe that will keep it from doing what it did. Everything else was fine. So let's do that. Yeah, that hand is crazy. It's a mess. What I can do for this, so this is important because I had to do this with this thing I just did for Sideshow. I should probably backfill the hand anyway with the fingers, because you're not going to be able to, it's going to be easier if I don't have to print with holes under them. You know what I'm saying? So let's mask this. I'm just going to drag this into the mesh. I just backfill it. Nobody's going to be looking underneath of this hand to see that. Now, if I was doing, if I was creating this to be used as, take it into like Substance Painter and go crazy with the, with the texturing and all that, then that wouldn't be something that I would do. I would probably just figure it out. But that's not what I'm using it for. I want to make a statue out of this. I want to send this to Uncle Jesse and have him print it on YouTube and make me famous. Something like that. Or print it myself. Uncle Jesse's a busy man. He doesn't have time for me. So now, let's see this down. And it's ugly, but it's cool because I'll straighten it out. The other thing I can do, because there are no subdivision levels, it's kind of fresh, is I can use Sculptors Pro and really clean this up. So let's do that also, and then I'll group it. This is going to ensure that I don't have the fingers disappear on me. Turn on Sculptors Pro, and now I can, look at this, fix all this mess. And always come in and resculpt the knuckles and everything. So no big deal. And use something like Inflate to really fill those holes. And then I can clean it up later. Okay. I'll turn on Sculptors Pro again. There you go. That'll do. I'm going to group everything together. And I'll get these fingers, kind of group them apart. doing that? If you ever do, you know, make a mistake and you have something that's too close together, you can always hit auto group and then kind of fix the things that are separated, right? Over here, and just make some new poly groups here for the fingers. That's cool. Okay, so that's fine. Any areas that get pinched or the topology just gets kind of weird, you can just go and use Sculptors Pro, fix that. And let's see. Come on, dude. Every once in a while, it'll get confused and explode the mesh. So, all right. So I just kind of undid and redid it, and it fixed it. Like that. I just want to isolate these fingers from the palm a little bit, and then I can sculpt on those. Close. Let's get my mask pen. This part. All right, close enough. Almost. That's close. Okay, now it should be fine. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to save this. Quick save. It's 3:37. I got about another 20 minutes, you guys. If ZBrush is running slow, is there a good way to clear the cache and undo history to free up memory? I usually quit and just restart and, you know, see if that helps. And I'm usually good. Oh, one last. I know I said I was done. Now I'm gonna really be done. Let's do this. This is bothering me. Okay, so now I'll get rid of this one, delete. Do this one, that's good. It's soloed. Let's go back and Z-remesh one more time. My settings stay the same. I'll hit Z-remesher, and all things being equal, this should work out. Right. Nice. Error. Okay. All right, let me go see what's wrong here. Go to geometry, mesh integrity, check mesh integrity. It's saying there's nothing wrong, but it's not doing it. So let's try this one more time. Subtool. Subtool. Geometry. Z-remesh. Z-remesher. Come on. It might be, I bet you because the mesh penetrates on the fingers, that's where I'm getting the error. And then that would mean I would have to do a Dynamesh to fix that. Oh, yeah, never mind. Or it could just work. Yeah, now look at that. That did it. That fixed it. I got my fingers everything is clean, super clean. So, all right, I'm going to project my details back. No, wait, I gotta do it from the one here where I kind of fix the fingers. Back, let's do this. I'm going to project everything but the hand. So, okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because, like I said, there was an intersection of those fingers where I pulled them through the mesh, and I don't want to have any problems. So, okay. So, I mean, this is 127,000 points, and it's kept a lot of detail. So let's divide it one more time. I'm gonna do that same deal where maybe I'll just mask out just those fingers. Yeah. And project history again. Okay. And what's it doing the thing with the neck? That's weird. Oh, okay, I see. It's this one actually. Okay, let's do it again. Project history. There you go. And one last divide. Now we're 2 million polys. I don't really mind. And I will project history. Okay. So now we're good, right? The topo should be clean. It's very clean. My neck is kind of terminating into the trapezius nicely, and I can go in and clean this up now, you know, and sculpt around it. I can get rid of this seam that I had from brute forcing the head onto the body. Fix that transition. Perhaps into the neck. Add my details, and I'm good to go. Now I just go in and clean up where needed, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little wobbly up here at the top of the spine. I want to fix that, obviously. And then I would go and fix the fingers and the hands. That'll be next. I had planned to, like I said, get some of the suit resolved, but I think it makes more sense to have the whole body kind of put together beforehand. His spine is off center now too. I gotta fix that. That's not right. Step down and slide this thing over some. I'll probably just spend a lot of time rotating this guy around, looking at what works and what doesn't. Like right now, it's kind of like a Rubik's Cube, you know? I might have a side or two in, and then, you know, the other sides are out. So I need to fix those. And when I'm done, he should look kind of fresh. Especially with a decent head now. Fix the neck muscles, sculpt those back in, because right now they're just kind of not there. Now we can take this guy and bring him over to the rest of the model and replace the one that was there before. These parts over there. Wonky, fix those. So I got some suspect areas in his back I need to fix. Overall, I'm not too upset with it. Oops, don't do that. Reduce, any tips for keying the model for printing? Yeah, Boolean is going to be your friend. That's what I use for mine. So make the female connector a little larger than the male connector, just so you don't have any problems with it after you do the print not fitting. I know when I was working on Hulk, I had slide on, got dark. So when I was working on Hulk, I had his pin on his arm, like snugly fitting into the cavity in the body, and I had to do some sanding in order to get it to fit in there nice and neat. But if you just make the female connector a little bit larger than you need, then you can alleviate that problem altogether. You know what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna take this body and drop it back onto the thing now. The head is looking way better for me. Let's call this, let's make this good psych body. Body. Copy. It's back over here. All right, this one now I can put it in my not in use folder because I'm using it. Put that in there. What else? The head, the cowl now, I'm not using that either. Drop that down. That in the folder, not in use. Belt can come up. all the way up here. Is this the merge body? Oh, that was the first one. That's definitely not used. Let's get this out of here. I don't need his underwear anymore. I'm not using those. It's easier now. Okay. And this is that leg I was telling you about that I merged on the same way I just showed you. Right? So I don't need this anymore either. Put this in not in use also. I don't know what this is. What is that? Oh, those are the gauntlet-y kind of glove things. I need those. This doesn't belong there. Come on. No, this goes in here. This isn't in use, and this isn't in use. There you go. All right, so now I can turn on the pieces of the base. I do need those. I can turn on the other stuff here. Let's see. The old head, I don't need that. A lot of stuff I don't need. Let's put that down there too. And I can paste in my body now. So turn off the ruler. Turn off the old visor. I'm not using that either. And paste in his body. Paste. There you go. Ooh wee, that was a lot of cutting and pasting. What's this thing? I don't need this either. Oh, but you know what? I'll use that for his pockets. So I want to make these little kind of pockety things on his belt, and that's perfect. So let's go over here. I got about 8 minutes. Maybe I can make one. Save this. Save. Yes. Yes. Akshay, hey Mike, how you doing? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Can you please tell what's the total polygon count, the whole file? So right now, because I just, well, I have a lot of stuff in this not in use that I can throw away. So let's do this. Let me see if I can throw away the whole folder. I probably can't. Can you? Delete folder. Delete folder, delete all. Delete all. You can't undo it. Wait a minute. Cancel. Let me save it first. Save. Practicing with ZBrush. Nice. All right. Let's try this. Select the folder and delete all. Okay. Nice. All right, cool. So yeah, now that I've deleted that folder of unused stuff, I'm at 4 million polys. My body went from being, I think the old body was around 4 million polys to 2 now. So I'm keeping it kind of low, right? If I go to turn on all low, do anything? All low. Oh, everything has dynamic subdivision, so that's why it looks like that. Like if I cut off all the dynamic subdivision, then it's way lower. Everything is mad low. All right, so that's why that looks like that. Anyway, any tips for sculpting detailed hair? Go back and look at my Bishop, ZBrush lives. There's a bunch of them. I did his hair, and there was a lot to do there. So let's do that. I'll leave that low, And this, oh, I wanted to do one of those pockets. Let's do that real quick. Solo. Now I have a few, but I'm just going to cheat it. I'll make one and copy it. So let's turn this back on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Let's get this. Okay. Delete hidden. Or I'll just split hidden, because you never know, I might need that again. Split hidden. Come over here. This is going to be fast, so just stick with me here. All right. Oops. What's happened? Undo, 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 undo. All right, split this off the other one. Let's do that. Split hidden. There you go. 2 minutes left. Group, poly loop, poly ball. All right, so it's kind of twisted right now. This because I did it off of the belt, but let's see something. Let's see if I can get this to work here. A little bit. Yeah. Close. Close, but no cigar. All right, so this is kind of a quick one of the pockets, and then I gotta make the top, but you get the picture. This is the way I would do this, and then I would duplicate these, do like some little tech buckles on it, and make it look good. But you know, for 3 minutes, this is what we get. Tools, what happened to my tools? Tools, back. Oh, that all. There we go. Then I can scale this thing the way that I want. And start to duplicate this and kind of just rotate it, you know, hook it up. When I have more time to spend, this is how I'm going to do it, but you get the picture, right? So let me do a quick render, and we'll get out of here. Dynamic, turn that on. Let's get a render. Light. Oh, it's 401. Quick render, quick render. Light. Turn on. R. All right. So if you guys like this and you want to see more, youtube.com/Stylist League. LEA. Spell it better than me. L-E-A-G-E. That's how you spell it. Stylist League. All right. So everybody take it easy and have a great week. What is today? Friday? No, Thursday. Have a great weekend. Stop by tomorrow night. Check us out, and I will see you all later. All right. Everybody be easy. Take care.